All right, back again, and getting to this. So, from what everything we're seeing, it looked like Assassin's Creed Shadows was the best-selling game in the United States in April, and sorry, March. And from everything else we are seeing, it was in a top probably number one or number two in April. So now new this just was reported recently, and as you can see, say I believe a is remaster a single week. It took Oblivion remaster a single week to become the third best selling game of 2024, behind Assassin's Creed Shadow and Monster Hunter Wild, which both these games again came out in February and March, right? And from these clues, go down here and say the Blizzard celebrate 4 million Oblivion remastered players in 3 days, right? We can take from these clues and seeing that it was in third place that you had 4 million in 3 days. This is what you had in 3 days, right? That means Assassin's Creed Shadow had over 5 million. 5 to 5 million. It had more players than Oblivion Remaster if it's in third place, right? And this just came out yesterday. This means Assassin's Creed Shadow is a hit. Again, I'm going based off the clues here. It had 4 million copies. It was number one selling game in the United States in March. Again, March. It's it it's still beating Oblivion Remaster, and I don't know if right behind. I mean, it's right. Okay, in March, you can see it sold more than Monster Hunter Wild, which again, Monster Hunter Wild came out at the end of February, literally the last day of February. This is not a leap year. So, last day of February was when Oblivion Remaster was released. Or, sorry, not Oblivion. Monster Hunter Wild was released. It was ranked number one because of that one day, but it went down to number three. Now, majority of the sales for this game did not happen on that day. It happened within the month of March. That means even with that being said, Assassin's Creed Shadow was still ahead of it in March. That means Assassin's Creed Shadow had to sell at least 5 million copies so far. It's been over a month now, and we now have some idea how many games it sold. If Monster Hunter Wild is beating it, it's in second place, and we know Oblivion Remastered sold 4 million or had 4 million players. I mean, Assassin's Creed Shadow had around 5 million plus players in so far. Again, and how do we know this? Again, a best-selling game in the United States for this year. I scroll all the way down, all the way down. Kingdom Come Deliverance in fifth, and what you looking at? Monster Hunter. Sorry, Assassin's Creed Shadow is in second place, right behind Monster Hunter Wild. Oblivion Remastered is in third place. So based on these numbers, we have an indication that it's so less than Monster Hunter Wild, but more than Oblivion Remaster. And again, like I say here, it's in third place, which this has been proven. They have proof here. So it looked like it had to sell. If we seen this and we seen these clues like this, that so had at least 4 million players. That means Assassin's Creed Shadow had at least over 4 million sales and over 5 million sales. How do we know this? Again, I show you how it looks up. This had 10 million sales. So we know one had 4 million and one had 10 million. We know this already. So one had 10 million and one had 4 million. So that means it had to be over 5 million between 5 million and 10 million sales already. And give you an indication that the game sold between those numbers. So it's a hit. And now we have more indication. I look up bestseller games of April, and this is where I was finding all my stuff. Again, another one, same thing here. So I look it up. Best-selling game in April. I look for a game list and stuff. Maybe they have it in less. Oblivion, Me Man, Minecraft, blah blah blah. Minecraft, number 1, Forza Horizon 5, number 3. Again, depending on certain console stuff, you have an indication. When I look up Assassin's Creed Shadows, oops, that actually, I went to news, sort by, most up-to-date stuff. I started scrolling down. Oh, they have a new patch out. And I did all of this, and when I was searching through all of this, again, it's probably here. You can probably find it right here. They have a roadmap and everything. So we have some indication that the game sold well. So all the people saying the game flopped, you can once again they have been proven wrong. And this is why I keep telling people don't take what they're saying. Look at the data, find the data, look at the information. I don't care about what people say. I don't care about ratings and reviews and any of it. None of this matters. Look, all these rating reviews, all of this, people, all this. Again, people review bomb. People go and talk crap about a game or a movie or whatever. At the end of the day, none of that matter when the game is selling. This means Assassin's Creed Shadow sold more than 2 million copies, but less than 8 million copies. I saw it in 3 days. So we have an indication. So many places are indicating where it had to sell 2 million copies in 3 days. It had sold more than 2 million copies in 3 days. If Monster Hunter Wilds sold 8 million copies in 3 days, that means this must have sold 2 million copies in 3 days. At least. We, again, more indication on PlayStation, PS Store, PlayStation Store, and Steam. We already have some indication. Now, this right here is false. No, this game do not need to make 7 to 8 million to break even. Again, 3 million players. All the indications second highest sell in the series. Mind you, it's the second highest so far. Here's the thing. Valhalla and every other game before Assassin's Creed Shadow only got 2-day highest. As we know it's now after a year or so. When those games first came out, after like Valhalla, I think was it 1 million? It took 1 million or not 1 million, what 10 billion within 1 year or something like that. but it had like 4 million sell in the first month or something like that. So it slowly climbed over time. Assassin's Creed Shadow is already right behind it when it was first launched, but it slowly climbed up to being closely behind it over time. And again, when we look at other information data, like okay, let's look at something else. It's like King Kong Delivery. Where is it on the list? It's in fourth place. So we have indication that if this is in fourth place, and we look at what it say here, it sold 2 million copies in under 2 weeks. So this sold 2 million copies in 2 weeks, and Shadow sold 2 million more than 2 million copies in 3 days. And Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is in fourth place. That means this has to have sold more than 2 million copies so far. And we know this has sold 10 million copies. This has sold 4 million copies. But I mean, if it's beating it, I mean, this had to have sold more than 4 million copies. But I mean, between 5 to 7 million, 5 to 10 million copies is what Assassin's Creed Shadow sold. We have some indication. We look at clues like this. We look at details. We look at actual sell them. We don't just like, oh well, it doesn't have many. A single player offline game doesn't have many players on Steam, therefore it must not have sold well. It's a single player offline. A game you can play offline. That's what a single player game mostly is. It's generally you can play it offline. And that's what I keep telling people. You don't know what you're talking about. When we look at the data and information, we see that Assassin's Creed Shadow number one in March in the United States at least. And we look everywhere. Top continue the top short chart. But what they say is 3 weeks in a row in the United States was number one, second highest in the year, and we have more information to show that. Again, so many things we keep proving to show that it's in second place. It's been in second place this year, and it's growing. It's getting high scores and stuff. But what do we have? Again, have to do this again. Flashbang. Let's look at what to say. Oh, same people say stuff flop. Not the same person. Same person. You see a pattern? Same person. Same person. It's the same people who keep saying the game or something flop, and then when you look at the data, everything is the exact opposite. And what do they? Where are they go to move now? Same people say the exact same thing with stuff. And when that doesn't work and get proven wrong, their go-to move is yeah. Look at the ratings and reviews. I don't care about a rating review. You want to know why? You can make on a lot of these sites. You can make fake accounts and just say anything. You can post stuff on sites and stuff. You can post comments, make reviews and stuff on those sites. Never touch the game. You don't have to prove you ever touch the game. The same thing happens for movies and stuff. People say that this is not going so well, this is not doing well, blah blah blah. And then turn out it's a massive hit. And what do? They go to movies and look at the rating, look at the review, look at what this person say, look at what that person say. Like, okay, I don't care about what they say. What does the number say? Same people who keep saying that stuff flop. And but when you look at the data, and so at least 5 to 10 million copies so far in its first month. Now, data for this month haven't been released yet. Might just started, so again, wait till next month. But from everything we've seen, look like Assassin's Creed Shadow. Like Assassin's Creed Shadow is another hit. Because from everything we've seen, it's number three on so many charts and stuff. And number two, number three is flopping between 2 and 3. It's number one here for just March. And you have to remember, Monster Hunter Wild came out at the end of February, the last day of February. That means majority of sales, or the majority of sales and data and stuff came in February. And Assassin's Creed Shadow was beat in no, majority of sales and stuff came out for Monster Hunter Wild happened in March, but Assassin's Creed Shadow made more than it in March. Now, it did flip flop back and forth. They keep flip flopping. So it had February, as you can see here, because it's number one February, for that one day, and then in March it had up into Assassin's Creed Shadow. Then Assassin's Creed Shadow came out and took over within a week. So all the sales that Monster Hunter Wild had in March was less than Assassin's Creed Shadow. Do you understand now how it worked? Again, the haters get one thing right. They might get one movie, one game, one this, one that. But what do they use? They don't look at the rest of the stuff they got wrong, and they say stuff like this. They don't. They want you to like not pay attention to everything they got wrong, which is literally 99% of what they say. When the data and stuff come out, they're like, yeah, I'm going to deny the data. And then later on, it's like, yeah, let's look at the rating review. I'm like, I don't care about rating review. Anybody can say anything on those sites. If you don't have proof that you bought it, or watched the movie, or played a game, or bought a ticket, or whatever, none of rating reviews matter. Do you understand? It's that simple. Anyway, I'm so tired of the stupidity from haters. It's always the same. Later.